3 points in the ESL Pro League. And a huge 3 points this could prove to be, and indeed Train could prove to be. G2 definitely will not be qualifying. They missed out on their chance. They were already 3 points behind Virtus Pro before Train started. Now they cannot qualify. That much is guaranteed. If you guys are having issues with delay in sound, refresh your stream, refresh your browser, and it'll fix it. Trust me, boys. It happens every time for some reason. You just have to refresh. Address or riot. It's going to have to be a riot, I'm afraid. Refresh, boys. It'll fix it. I mean, that's typically the go-to for any issues that you have on Twitch. Just refresh. It should fix like 90% of the problems. Pretty much what Cruz4 said in chat. If MV and VP win, they both go. If Dignitas wins and VP losses, Dig and VP go. Or Envious, I should say. I love you, Caster Dad. MLG Nikia. I'm pretty sure I'm not your dad. Pretty sure. Sorry. You don't have a co-caster? Nope. Forever alone. Hopefully the casting's alright though. It does give me a chance to chat with more interactivity going on. Why Shocks? He was just chilling spraying on the wall, dude. BM. Damn, today I learned that I have a lot of children in chat. Interesting. Uncle Daddy? That's a pretty screwed up family you have there, dude. I'm not gonna lie. If your uncle's also your dad, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. I'm sorry. That's all I can say is I'm sorry. Yo, las noobs casta. Merci. Thoughts? I'd rather not, mate. That's weird on so many different levels. There's the thing, you can all be co-casters just by interacting with them. That's one of the cool things about solo casting. So it's a lot more laid back in that way. But, ladies and gents, enough about casting, about interactivity, about all that good stuff. It's time. We've got here Virtus Pro G2 Cash. With so much on the balance, with so much in the air, can Virtus Pro take this? G2 are currently playing for Pride. They have no chance in qualifying anymore for the LAN. They're done, they're dusted, they missed out on that opportunity. They battled valiantly, but they fell at the last hurdle. But they could spoil the party for the polls if they take Cash and Dignitas win against Envious in the other match. It's still not done and dusted yet for VP. Very back and forth round here. Sees Bialy land the one tap onto Shocks beforehand. Body did get the upper hand onto Snack, so still all even. And G2 haven't really shown their hands. Still a lot of time to play with. And burrowing deep into Garage. Smith's going to flash out from the red container and expect to push behind that. Here we go. Neo is holding the tight angle though. Spots doesn't want to stick around and find out what happens afterwards. Information has been gathered, so he has been useful. This is where the USP should shine at range, where the Glock definitely does struggle a little bit. But G2 managed to funnel their way through into Checkered. All hell about to break loose on the B site, and Pasha's going to receive a headshot instantly. Neo's the next player to fall. It's not looking too good for Virtus Pro. This is the same way they started on Train as well. Taz in a 1-on-4. With this trusty USP, he's going to have to confirm a few more kills if he wants to keep this round alive. No kit, just the decoy. Well, Kit is right ahead of him, so he could claim that for himself, but he's going to have to take some players down, and there is Scream with the clothesline. G2 take first round. But again, this is very reminiscent to how Train started, and we know how things finished there. G2 with a very odd tactic. Keeping it free-flowing. Not committing anywhere 100%. Taking their allocated time to swap and change. Nothing wrong with that. Pasha, meanwhile, with the scout. Let's go look-sees. 4. Make that 5 SMGs, actually. For G2, as they look to push their way in. Meanwhile, Pasha is getting burnt, and he's getting body blocked as well. He gets finished off by the Mac-10. It's a complete bloodbath. Shox gets in with 2 kills. You can see the Pasha on headshot had a player to his left-hand side who was trying desperately. He's like, dude, I'm burning, move. And then the Mac-10 came in and put him out of his misery. RPK with the final headshot. And G2 take the second round. Right, I'm going to say this a couple more times and I'll stop. So if you guys can help me in chat, that would be awesome. As a one-man show here. If you're having sync issues, guys, refresh the browser, refresh the stream. It's a Twitch issue. It'll fix the problem, don't worry. Just refresh, and you'll be good to go. So, Virtus Pro, after their bye, into yet another eco. They do have a flash, so I mean, this is something that Anders is very vocal about. Why not get a flashbang? Why not give yourself a chance? Well, they've used it, and hasn't really paid off in this round. Those Mac-10s going to work. MP7 chimes in for a kill. We nearly have a team ace. Come on, Shox, you can do it. Don't do this to me, Scream. Oh. My OCD is tingling. So... Chat never fails to amuse me, I swear, you guys. Full M4s. Interesting that no one deciding to sacrifice a bit of firepower for extra grenades. So just going for full-on aggression. But when you look at the raw firepower here, the VP have the upper hand. It's pretty much full SMGs facing off against M4s, and it's gone horribly wrong. Buddy with a double spray. 2 assault rifles taken down, will be picked back up again by G2. They're not going anywhere. And Virtus Pro with a nightmarish start on a retake with just a flash. I mean, surely this is just safe territory. This would be a sexy jump if they get this one. Oh, Scream. You sexy man. Well, I think it was RPK, also the tank, of course. Through Scream up into the boost spot. Saxon, meanwhile, trying to hold off with the M4. They know where he is, and his days are numbered. G2 4-0 start. Again, very similar to how Train started off. But it should be mentioned that on Train, it was G2 starting on their CT side, not the T side starting off in this kind of form. Now, this is where the economy from the CTs really starts to show its weaknesses. So this certainly is a worry. And again, going back to what we were talking about before, VP still haven't secured a position at land. They have to win this map. A lot of different variables, but Pasha is going to get the first kill. What VP has shown us consistently over the years, they are a tenacious bunch of players. They will not go down without a fight. I think Train proved that just a few moments prior. That P250 headshot's tasty. Smiths is already low and gets finished off. Scream and Shox also find themselves in the same kind of fate, but the Mac-10 spray from range will best Neo. P250... not enough to clutch this round outright. It's going to have to come down to the CZ now. Pasha has one in his hands. He goes for the opportunistic taps, but RPK will pick up his third. By coming in for VP. Should include an AWP, I'm assuming. I can't see why they wouldn't go for one on Snacks. Especially as it's his first opportunity now to get the AWP in his hands. And indeed, he will pull the trigger. What's his spawn looking like? Nothing too spectacular, but he is going to be going into mid. I feel like Snacks is one of those kind of AWPers, especially on the CT side of Cash, that is very fluid in the position he takes. I think a lot of it comes down to spawn. Pasha, for the time being, is on B by himself. They do have Neo in vents. This is a position that Snacks used to play when he was on the assault rifle, but Snacks is going to get the first pick while RPK tries to make some magic happen. He spots Neo, gets the spray, which is definitely going to force Snacks' hand into trying to wrap himself round as Pasha is vulnerable. Unbeknownst to the CTs, however, RPK was tagged pretty low in the process, and now Smith's on the cross. Will get picked off courtesy of Snacks. This is the best chance VP have had on their CT side. Taz narrowly missing out on the spray. Call will come through. Shocks in no man's land. Should be finished off. The USP comes good. The sidearm to the rescue. And from here on out, it should be a shutdown. Thing is, though, if Body can take some players down with him, that is worth its weight in gold as far as G2 are concerned, because VP's economy will be in a very sketchy position. The round loss will be reset. But keeping 3 players alive means they can drop. They'll have a healthy buy into the next round. Of course, they do retain the AWP. So, important they kept 3 players alive there at the end. G2, though, they have such a vast amount of money to play with. They are not going to be tapping out in terms of the economic struggle anytime soon. This time Snacks on A. Using his A spawn. And he's going to go for the peek through the smoke. There are a couple players in here in A main. Let's see if he can get this done. Has spotted RPK and puts him down with ease. Looking for the second frag. Bodies. Tracer fire. Just all around him. Pops up. It gets taken down. Snacks could be looking for a third frag as Smiths goes for the peek. Meanwhile, though, over on the B side, Shocks is going to try and tap onto Pasha. And will silence him. Much better for Virtus Pro. Snacks with 2 big kills. No way! Oh my goodness! What is that? That would have been disgusting. You heard the footsteps. Man, oh man, would that have been a vac moment. Bomb plant will come in though, as VP have totally vacated B side. So G2 now into a position where this round is winnable. They still certainly will be second favourites, especially as Neo chimes in for the kill onto Smiths. And, well, it's all those Shocks. There's a first one. He's going to have to pull out something unbelievable. Not going to happen. 2-5. Nah, they're not walls, guys. You could hear the footsteps. You could clearly hear the footsteps. It was just the timing was on point there. And why the hell not? You know? Go for the shot. He was in no danger of being re-aggressed on. He had another player watching his back on the A main. It's not as if he's going to get caught with his pants down from the peak. I like it. Sure, Kappa. He's cheating. Alright, mate. That nade, though, Shocks has just been absolutely destroyed. Down to 22. Picking the shrapnel out of his teeth. The only player that is anywhere near the B side of the map. The rest of G2 funneling their way through onto A main, maybe looking for some kind of an aggressive play. Deciding better of it, back away. They do have 4 smokes to play with if they want to go for an execute. In the meanwhile, Virtus Pro really don't have a great deal of nades in their back pocket. A couple of mollies, well, molly and incendiary to be precise, and the 1 smoke. But again, G2 are looking to make the most of this B play, and it is just Neo here by himself. In fact, pardon me, Pasha's there. I thought Pasha was in mid for some reason. Pasha is on B. So scratch that. I'm a scrub. Pasha throwing his smoke. This could put him in a precarious position as the molly is burning all around him. Pasha is going to land the shot. Here comes Taz in the meanwhile, though. There's 1 and a second. Beautiful cleanup. Virtus Pro again. They go 5 rounds behind, but pull 3 rounds back to back. G2 with round loss on the T side. will have consistent buys coming up. Here's the first of them. Shox could have picked up an AWP if he so chose. He had enough money. Deciding instead for the AK-47. I'll have to see if these Kalashnikovs work in round number 9. We've seen them get quite a lot of real estate on B up until this point, but it's going to be Body who lands the headshot onto Taz. Before that, Pasha did claim the frag with the AWP, as he's eating a bit of damage, but it's minimal. It's not too bad. He's able to dart away with Neo, who's actually holding the cheeky spot on the right-hand side. So if they'd have pushed right through there to try and deal with the AWP, that timing on the grenade could not have been better for Virtus Pro. And Scream goes looking garage, but I like what Pasha was going for. Went for the cheeky shot, pulled himself back. If they charged him down, Neo would have been there to clean up. Almost using Pasha like bait. And now it's A site that's a little bit vulnerable. It's just Bialy. Playing the position, of course, that MBK is famous for. Let's see if Bialy can do it justice. Not really. He goes down. It's up to Snacks now. Lands a beautiful flashbang. Keeps the bulk of G2 in position. Allows him to tee off on the first shot. 30 seconds left. Bomb still hasn't been planted. Or is anywhere near to being planted just yet. The flashbang will deter Snacks for now. He's being tagged off left, right, and centre. Finally gets put down. And with Pasha missing that shot, that's probably the retake dead and buried. Neo has been a complete monster for Virtus Pro recently. Out of position to maybe pull it off. That incendiary will force Body out into the open. How does he survive that just down to 20? He's going to go for the second molly as well. He's not sure if someone's in the position that Bialy died in just prior. There's Neo for the next one. Scream in the meanwhile gets spotted and Neo will get sprayed down onto Scream. VP are going to clutch this. It was so close, but Neo's pulled it off. Unreal. I'm kind of surprised. It sort of came out of nowhere, that clutch. I thought once Body managed to scamper across to the other side, they'd be golden. But Neo, time and time again, pulls it out of nowhere. And what an important round that could end up being too. Let's see. What can Snacks deliver? Well, a tasty shot onto Shox. Scream will answer back in kind though, so that's taking the part of the defense away from Snacks, who's now in such a tenuous position. What a shot that is onto Body. Surely he can't get this done. Scream is going for the spray through door. He has to be very careful though, because you better believe that Snacks can line that shot up. Now that all that remains for Virtus Pro are the sniper rifles. Pasha has the second. Jumping up and down. He must have been spotted there. Smiths gets legged on the cross. Very close indeed to being taken down outright. And Pasha intelligently trying to relocate. Unfortunately for him though, RPK playing very aggressively. There's Snacks on the approach. Will get repelled. No retake today for you. 6-4. VP can buy if Snacks drops some weapons here. I'm curious to see what they're going to go for. Obviously, Neo and Bialy can buy no problems. It's really Taz and Pasha that are the problem here. So indeed, they are going to drop. This will put Taz on an M4 alongside Pasha and Snacks, but you can see the impact that has on the grenades count though, and no kits either. That definitely stings Virtus Pro. Again, a bit surprised they don't drop something like a UMP or a Mag 7. You know, we know that the likes of Pasha in particular is very comfortable with that weapon. It would have afforded Snacks a few more grenades, but they've gone for firepower, and now they have to make each bullet count. That's exactly what Taz does. Snacks goes looking, nearly gets his head ripped off through the door. Meanwhile, Smith is trying to use that smoke to his advantage, but now it has cleared. Still lands the headshot. Nice reaction replay, and the second one as well. What is happening here for Virtus Pro? They are going to be flat out broke if they lose this round as a result of all those drops. Neo, it's him again though, isn't it? In a 1-on-3. So you can't write him off. 2 players low on top of that. And in the next few moments, he's about to get notified that the bomb has been planted on B. First player down. Our PK drops. Bomb planted now. Smiths and Body quaking in their boots. Neo has been godlike lately, but they both peak at the same time from separate angles. Intelligent play by G2. Down goes the gods. VP into an eco. Let's have a look at the scoreboard for you fine folks. Snacks top fragging for VP 11 and 8. But he is joint with both RPK and Body. But also on 11 kills. This now is VP's round to lose, you have to assume. And, well, it's going that way, isn't it? Pasha's last player of the USP. Mac 10 for Shox with 3 kills in quick succession. And one of the fastest rounds we've seen so far today. VP into a bye, but it's far from ideal. It's going to be M4s again. I assume Snacks will pick up an M4 on top of that. He's got the funds to do it. There we go. So just when VP made the spree there as the 4 rounds back-to-back, G2 regain the upper hand. 8-4 in the lead. Nowhere near as hellish for Virtus Pro as opposed to their train half, which went horribly wrong at 12-3. They can still pull this back. Cash certainly an even map right now. But down goes Pasha. Neo, in the meanwhile, is also going to go down. So, once again, the floodgates have opened with Virtus Pro desperately clawing on to any kills they can pick up. Taz nearly had 2 in his sights. Bialy goes for the spray instead of the taps. But while reloading, he gets found out, leaving Snacks in a 1-on-3. And surely this is just a save. As good as Snacks is, with no nades and no kit, there's no hope. G2 moving ever closer to a fantastic first half. And Snacks in a position where he could get some exits, but his primary goal at this point is to keep the M4 alive into the next round with Kevlar. It gives them a bit of a power play, gives them a player to maybe stack behind and try and get some heads rolling. And Snacks, he's going to get the double spray. So he's made this a costly round for G2, but they've got plenty of money that can dry their eyes, their tears with their $100 bills, no problem. And what do the rest of VP do here? I mean, I assume it's just going to be a straight up eco. It's not great pistols, not much else. 3 Deagles. So they actually have, in terms of an eco round, this is a pretty powerful one, I think it's safe to say. They've got an M4 with Kevlar, and they got Deagles. Let's see, a 3-player stack on B, including Snacks in Vent. Now this, going back a while ago, this is a position he used to play a lot, and he was an absolute monster in here as well, so I want to see what he can do here. The flashes are landing around him alongside the fire, but he's got the 1 kill. Body comes peeking, and does get the upper hand. That's pretty significant. Meanwhile, VP have been isolated off with these smokes. Neo's going to try his luck with the Deagle. Lands at least 1 shot. Bialy will finish that one off. Bomb's been planted. But now it all falls to Neo once again, and that smoke blocks any chances of getting this done. We'll have a buy into the next round, so you may feel like this is an expendable Deagle. No big reason to save it, but smoke is really choking him out here. I mean, it's every second that smoke is up is another second lost. And RPK will put him out of his misery. So G2 have picked up 10 rounds. Best case scenario, VP win this, take it to 5, maybe get the second pistol and get things going. But they haven't won a single pistol today. Out of 3 pistol rounds, they've lost all 3. So it certainly does not bode too well for the Poles. Double AWP in the last round for Neo and Snacks. Pasha, who has been using the AWP on B quite a few times, relegated to the M4. There's Snacks with the first one. Up on Squeaky. RPK eats the damage. It gets picked off from Bjarly straight afterwards. Great start. This time around for Virtus Pro. Shox is going to trade out for the AK-47. Neo laid in wait. Lands the shot. Unfortunate not to get that kill. Down to 19. Shox will traverse though. Smith does answer back with a frag though. But there's Snacks. Minute to play with. A weakened Shox and Body looking to execute their way onto the site, but they're against Neo, and he's not been forced out of position. Missing out on that shot. Goes in for seconds and lands it. Body's not there to return fire either. He's got the AK, but it doesn't matter. VP will pick up a 5th round. This gives them a little bit of wiggle room, but not much. They've got to win this pistol again. It's asking a lot to be on the T side and to be 11-5 behind, what you assume would then turn into a 13-5 lead for G2. Now again, for those of you that are just joining us wondering why this match is so important, this match of course for 3 points in the ESL Pro League, which currently finds Virtus Pro and Dignitas joint in 6th position. Dignitas will be playing Envious right now. I'm not sure what the score is. If someone can pop that up and chat, that would be awesome. That's on the main stream is my understanding. The top 6 teams will progress. So VP and Dignitas both in 6th position joint on 42 points. And Virtus Pro 5 to 10 behind. Now it's important to mention that they were in a much worse position on trade, and they came back and won. 16 to 9 for Envious. It finished already. Okay. Two to 0 to Envious. Thank you guys. So the pressure's on. VP could potentially take this and take 6th position.
Counter-terrorists win.
Yeah, for those of you curious as to who the other 5 teams are that have qualified guaranteed, it's going to be FaZe finished top, joint place, top with Fnatic on 54 points. Mouse and Nip, both with 51, have also got themselves definitely in, and then Envious, as a result of their 2-0 victory today, will be 5th position, guaranteed spot into the offline LAN. So the final position now is between VP and Dignitas, with VP needing this victory.
Terrorists win.
I'm not sure if a 1-1 will be enough for VP. I'm not sure if they've already qualified. I don't know what the round difference is, because currently Dignitas and VP are joint on 42 points. But we shall find out. If it goes to G2 this map, then we'll have a quick look across at the league. Obviously, don't fret, guys. Don't worry. We're just in warm-up between the 2 halves here. Not live. I just like to keep the warm-up on so you guys have something to watch. 1-1 and it's Dignitas instead. So VP needs to win. Alright. Or it'll be a best of 3 tiebreaker? You what, mate? If VP loses, then they play a best of 3 with Dignitas. Interesting. I'm not entirely sure on that. I don't want to, officially announce that until I've spoken to the admins, but that does sound like a pretty interesting idea. Of course, if VP win this, then it's no longer up for debate. VP will qualify in 6th position. But it appears, ladies and gentlemen, that we are about to get underway. There are some pauses. I'm not sure what the reason for that is, but I'm sure they'll subside shortly. The other caster said so. It's confirmed already. Alright, okay. Well, I mean, I can't watch the other stream while I'm casting this one, mates. Caster from StreamMate said it'll be a best of 3. Right, got you. Alright. Well, in that case, either best of 3 deciding match or VP win this and they go to LAN. I thought the tie would be settled by round difference, but apparently that may not be necessarily true. Either way, G2 are looking to continue their winning ways in the pistol rounds, but they have been unstoppable so far. I think they're 3-3, so this would be 4-4. And this would put VP in a really sketchy position. Oh my goodness, VP are just getting ripped to shreds. Snacks, the last remaining player. 5 CTs to find and frag and scream. And he's going to be the first in the sights. Down he goes, but shocks from behind. Takes out Snacks. VP into a force in this round. We're now clutching at straws. Yeah, I can't change the stream title, guys. I'm just a scrubby caster. I'm from Yorkshire now, a bit more north than that, near Newcastle. Neo with the pop flash, gonna be running through with the Glock, point blank range, and actually execute Scream. Get wrecked. Ripping pepperonis. In fact, that may have been a P250. I am trash, so I do apologise. RPK, in the meanwhile, in the smoke, is gonna die. Virtus Pro, they somehow have a habit of doing this. Lose the pistol, win the force buy. I'm assuming they're gonna win the force buy as Body's on 24 and a 1-on-3. Good old Molly through the wall. Brilliant. And down he goes. VP have done it. Keeping themselves in this just about. G2's economy is wrecked. Wouldn't surprise me if you see them go for a force. They probably have to double eco anyway. They may not buy in Smiths as a result of him wanting to save up for that AWP as soon as possible. And the rest of the team will indeed dig deep into their pockets, where Smith still has $1,400. So pretty much playing out as expected. G2 will have quite a lot of potential of upsetting VP again. I mean, we've already seen on Train RPK pulling off some crazy double kills with a 5-7 at close proximity. So VP will not be taking this round for granted. It's going to be Shocks by himself on B, trying to listen for footsteps. I think he did just catch a little bit of sound there at the end, the tail end of beckoning. Through the smoke he goes, down to 56. Double stack on forklift. Typically wouldn't expect this from Virtus Pro. Again, it could be a position where the bait comes in. Shocks the meanwhile, pushes through the smoke, lands the headshot onto Pasha. And he will be able to bank that flashbang off and try and escape, but Neo's up to the task. Meanwhile, though, Scream has gone onto Bialy. Taz, see him turning his back, thinking it may have been a pop flash. It's actually a smoke. Body's hiding in the middle of that. Surprises me a little bit that Taz didn't spray through the smoke, but now Smith is going to push around from the side. Taz seemed caught in 2 mines there. That cost him his life. 3-on-2. Snacks. Scream just on the other side of the smoke. AK-47 has been picked up and there's Kevlar behind it. But it's Pro, not like this. It is going to be a rough ask for G2, all things considered. They've only got a Molotov to come back onto the site with no kit, but where is Smith going to throw the molly? Well, the answer is onto the back of the site, forcing Snacks out into the open on headshot. And he is going to put in for some serious work. Body comes in with the AK spray. Neo's playing time, playing very intelligently, and lands the peak shot, giving VP the round. But too close for comfort. VP losing out 4 weapons in that confrontation. G2 will have to eco this round, so this is now VP's chance, knowing that there were 5.7s and Kevlar, to pick up a couple of SMGs and get the farming frenzy into effect. Like a pack of piranha. Is piranha the plural? I have absolutely no idea, but why does it even matter? Because Shocks domes Neo, bullet between the eyes with the deagle. He's gone fishing. Another headshot has landed onto Snacks this time. Scream and Smiths are both low, but still in this round. But VP put in their place. They still have the weapons and the nades to make a play out of this though. 3 smokes. Bialy knows that there's no stilts in this game, so Scream is going to fall down as well. He was boosting up onto his teammate. RPK in the meanwhile comes through, and he's the next player to fall. So VP have stabilised. Shox is still alive though. Are we going to see any more one-tap shenanigans? Not quite, but he's got the kill nonetheless onto Taz. Connecting the dots. Pasha's been spotted. Not going to get fragged just yet. And Smiths from A main is a dead man. So VP, I mean, I'm getting deja vu from Train, where they just got pasted on the first half. They lose the second pistol. You're thinking, alright, maybe this is where G2 just take full control over the map. But VP refused to lose. Smith's taking his up to B. Likewise, Neo will be there too. And he's going to go for that peek. RPK narrowly missing out on an AWP shot to the chest delivered first class. So he has to be very careful. And his position will be known now. But that flashbang completely wrecks the entirety of Virtus Pro. Only the one frag from that confrontation though. So all things considered, it could have gone a lot worse for the Poles. Smoke's not quite on place, but it doesn't seem to matter anyway because Virtus Pro are scampering across back to garage side where Shox is waiting. In the footsteps, Neo running out just gets mullered by Shox, and now that puts a lot of pressure on the rest of Virtus Pro with 55 seconds. They only have one smoke to play with in the hands of Pasha. Meanwhile, they're going to try and take some mid-control for themselves as the Molly will force Shox out into the open. He gets sprayed down courtesy of Bialy. 3 plays 3 with 40 seconds left. 2-player stack on A for G2 with just Smiths with the AWP on B. Bialy spotted that. If he'd landed that headshot, I would have had to change my underwear because that would have been... Well, I'm not going to follow through with that thought. I guess you guys probably guessed it for yourselves. Body in the meanwhile with a spray. It's not going to get it done. And now Scream on Highway must realise the players are going to be coming at them right here, right now. Pasha, why are you going for that plant? Scream just wrecked your teammate right next to you. What is happening here? It doesn't get punished. What was that play? Jesus. Smiths, are you really going to pull this off? Surely not. Pasha, Smiths. Just going to be hiding in the corner, hoping for the best. Pasha has a Molotov. He may not get a chance to use it. He's heard the footsteps though, and he's going to now make a move around the side. Throws a molly on the site. He gets picked off, but there's not enough time. Smiths didn't have a kit, and even if he did, that Molotov would have stopped him. Put a red light in his face. There's no chance for defuse. VP will pick up a 9th round. What a sketchy situation that was, though. Pasha just trying to plant in the open as Scream's looking at him from Highway. Just an AWP in play this round. The power play for Smiths with the aforementioned saved AWP. Had a good spawn for main. He's going to peek, but no one's there for the terrorists. And they actually flash it a couple times anyway, alongside the CT. So no one's going to be found out just yet. They're looking for that peek and the push. And honestly, totally understandable aggression. In these kind of rounds where you just have pistol, you don't have any nades, kind of got to go for the information grab. And you've got to go for broke on some kind of a play. Meanwhile, Shox is putting the hammer down. But both him and his teammate are going to fall prey to the AK-47s. Meanwhile, Scream in lower alongside Smith, going to try and stave off this push for now. The player to watch out for here could be Body. He's got a minute left to play with, and he is cheekily behind the terrorists. Bialy is going to make a move across to the site with Neo watching from the T side. Bomb will get planted momentarily, and now it's all on G2 to get a move on. Grenade does significant damage to Smiths, down to 51. He will go with his AWP. He's looking for that pixel to try and take clean off the shoulders of VP. Neo will stop the rotating Body, And now that's pretty much the round subsiding, barring a couple of sexy one-taps from Scream, but I don't think he's going to get a chance, and I don't think he wants any part of this anyway. He's going to save the up instead. It's the intelligent play. They still have a round advantage. He may not be able to save this, though. He's going to go back in for seconds. Misses the shot. Will Bialy be able to punish him? Oh, it's getting dangerously close with those wall bangs. Lands the shot anyway. Neo's going to be coming in from the backside. His shadow's been spotted. Goes for the shoulder peek. And will not get the kill onto Scream, who had, I think he had like 1 health left. Cheeky. That's pretty significant. It's $4,750 worth of weaponry that's been saved. 11 to 10 though. VP keeping themselves in this. It was 1 HP. Now I'm seeing the Twitch spam. Scream, you lucky boy. Snack's being tagged up pretty bad through the smoke. Has he actually pushed out just yet? No, he's just hiding in the smoke, just chilling in there. And now pushing towards the highway box. Bialy with the spray. The call will come through. There's another player at the back of the site, making sure they molly off quads. There's no cheeky peek. It's going to be Shocks, the player that's up against them. But Snacks, meanwhile, takes control after his cheeky push through the smoke is good for 1 kill. Not a second one. But the gaps are opening up, and Pasha is going to deliver 2 tasty AWP kills, 11 apiece. With G2 into what I assume will be a buy. Will it be a buy though? I mean, they're in a position where they could go for one, but it would be at the cost of a lot of nades. Yeah, so FAMAS, they actually don't have a kit either. I was curious. I think for a second there they were opting or discussing amongst themselves to go for a half buy. Meanwhile, RPK is gonna take down Neo, but in return he loses his own life. That flashbang on point neutralizes Taz. I think there was a counter flash thrown onto Scream, so you can actually peek that one overall. Molotov will keep him at bay, and Shocks, who goes to walkies, gets punished. Taz decides to switch to his knife in the middle of mid. Alrighty then. Cost him his life. Guess he wanted the movement. Trying to get across to the vent side as soon as possible. No such luck today. 6 players remain, 3 on each side. VP certainly have the advantage when it comes to both weaponry and grenades. Taz once again, pardon me, Snacks once again is going to be pushing through mid. Looking for that boost over the smoke. Dropping down, making no noise. Here's Scream from behind. Will be pouncing. This could fall down to body. He's got 2 players right here, right now, that are going to be looking to aggress onto him. That flashbang not quite connecting. Body with a FAMAS spray down will land 1. Pasha now with his AWP. He's going to switch up to the AK-47 instead. Wants to get up close and personal with the CTs. Right through the smoke he will go. Honestly, didn't have a great deal of options available to him. And G2 have stopped the rot. They lost 6 rounds in a row. But now they're back into this again with a lead. 24 and 17. Snacks top fragging. A couple players dropped their 20. RPK and Body on the CTs, although Shocks isn't too far behind. Oh, Smiths. Taz plucked out of midair. Very nicely done indeed. Scream, meanwhile, holds down on mid, and it seems that the spree of rounds has certainly came to an end for the Poles. Smiths looking for another one, another flick, this time onto Bialy. An important shot to land too. He's a dead man if he missed that. Down to 47, he traverses, but now it's on Snacks and Pasha. Consistently in clutch scenarios is Pasha, but there's no hope for him this time. Sprayed through the smoke. A very convincing round from G2, and an important time to land a flawless round at that. Allows them to build up their economy a little bit. The VP won't have much into this round. This is G2's chance to start to pull away towards the finish line. They were able to land it on train. Virtus Pro with a P250s and couple smokes are looking to execute onto A. Right now, they would be up against Body and potentially Shocks with his AWP on Car. Plus, Scream can easily wrap himself through on the highway side. Let's see how much value VP can get out of this round. Well, the bomb plant's down. That's pretty much mission accomplished. Any kills from this point are a nice, juicy bonus. And it's going to be down to Taz to put as much hurt and pain onto the CTs as possible. But Shocks is going to land his third kill of the round, and as expected, 14 to 11. This round is of paramount importance to Virtus Pro. They've got enough for a healthy buy. They have got to make this work. If they don't, they'll be having to save 4 rounds in a row to take us to overtime. And this next round wouldn't see a huge buy either. Is it juicy or cheeky? Why can't it be both? I feel like you can have the best of both worlds there. VP on the brink of losing cash, and then they'll be playing the best of 3 against Dignitas for the final LAN position. Pasha teeing off with a double spray. RPK and Shocks both fall down. Body in the meanwhile will get neutralized courtesy of Neo. And Smiths and his trusty AWP, which he's been landing some very nice shots on, it has to be said. It's a player that's often scrutinized a great deal. I think honestly he's just looking for a potential pick and then maybe just try and save the AWP. Bomb's already been planted. He's got nades. He's got 7.6k of equipment value. Certainly nothing to turn your nose up at. It seems he's found his cave, his home. Or not. Whiffs. After I'm bigging up saying like you've landed some sick shots, bro. He misses a sitter and he loses his AWP. So rip the dream. VP, however, are going to keep G2 on their tiptoes, and you can see the importance of that AWP not being saved. Now Smiths is down to $150. RPK also $150. Body $100. This is VP's chance to maybe break the economy, to break the bank of G2. And this is where those save weapons going awry can really hurt. Snacks will get the pick as he peeks in towards A main. Onto Body. Shocks is going to try and return the favour. Beautiful shot onto Taz. Lightning quick reactions and aim. Smiths on checkered, almost spoilt for choice. He's seen Pasha as well. Pasha trying his best to transfer the spray. Scream in the meanwhile, sees the smoke come out, has heard footsteps to his right hand side. Snack switches weapons, I believe that was. It's going to cost him his life, and now it's on Bjarly in a 1-on-2. The spray not far off through the smoke. I think he just caught a glimpse of the shoulder of Scream, but he's unsure as to where the last CT is. And that's going to be Smiths on the car. Pretty sure he just saw Scream again there. 50 seconds left. He's in no rush, but he's going to get the plant down. He realises it's Smiths that's alive as well, and Smiths typically would have an AWP in this kind of situation, so it's very unlikely that Smiths will be pushing his location. Instead, that's basically where he was, on the car. So I like the fact that Bjarly went for that plant. I think he read the situation perfectly up until the point he walked out in the open. 15 to 12. The Virtus Pro will have another buy, but Snacks is on 3.6k. So where does he come down with this? Is this Galil territory? No, it's UMP territory instead. Double ops for G2. Heavy investment, but this could be the last round of this matchup as Body eats a grenade straight plumb to the face. Bjarly will finish him off as VP looking to get the plow back into first gear. It's been stalling the last few rounds. It's been struggling to pick up any kind of pace. Bjarly straight out into death. It's looking terrible now. Virtus Pro, they have only Neo left alive. A 1-on-4. Goes for the spray. Lands the first shot. That has no real understanding or idea as to where the last few players are. And down he goes. G2 will pick up the second map. And VP now are in joint 6th place with Dignitas, both on 42 points. They will play a best of 3